All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Minnesota Timberwolves are really fun, really exciting, and they got a lot of potential over there. Karl-Anthony dropped 60 points last night. One of the only two to ever do it, 60 and 15, joining some elite company. And Minnesota in their last 10, they're 8-2. They're on a 2-game winning streak right now. Took down the San Antonio Spurs last night. They still have some defensive issues. They still give up a lot of points per game. But in 2022, the calendar year, they have the #1 offense. So welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. As always, if you want more Minnesota Timberwolves content, drop a comment down below. But I look at a team like Minnesota and I'm thinking, all right, they're 40-30 right now. They're actually a game and a half out of, Denver from being the 6th seed. Personally, in the play-in tournament, if Minnesota's in the play-in, it looks like they'll probably be playing the Los Angeles Clippers. We still don't really know about Paul George. We still don't really know about Kawhi Leonard, but that's enough to scare me away from just like being in the play-in tournament. So if I'm Minnesota right now, I'm focused on getting to that 6th seed. You just got to keep stringing together these wins. They don't always have to be pretty, as we kind of saw last night. Giving up 139 points to the San Antonio Spurs is never really a great thing, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, Karl-Anthony Towns is really getting hot right now. D'Angelo Russell's having a phenomenal year. I actually sent out a tweet about him yesterday saying, how the hell is this man only 26 years old and he just turned 26? I look at D'Lo and I'm like, and I got a response on this on Twitter, and it was like, this is probably perfect for him. When he was in LA, when he got drafted and went to LA for his first 2 seasons, the Laker fans, man, they ridiculed this dude. They ridiculed this dude like night in and night out. Now, granted, D'Angelo was he was young, he was dumb, but this guy's flown under the radar. Granted, he hasn't really, probably due to the fact that he hasn't played much in the last 3 seasons or so. But this year, he's been healthy. He's been playing really good basketball. And, last night, 19-6. This is just kind of what, Timberwolves fans are expecting from D'Angelo Russell. I mean, this guy's averaging 19-7 on the season last night, 8-12, 3-5 from downtown, plus 15. He threw in 3 steals. I think this is perfect. And I know Karl-Anthony Towns, I know D'Angelo Russell, they really wanted to play together. And now that they're both healthy, there's no COVID stuff going on either. It's great to see. They look like they're having a blast, and I think it's a phenomenal 1-2 duo. I was thinking, actually, before I made this video, I'm like, I love the Minnesota Timberwolves roster. Obviously, they have some holes they need to fill, particularly looking at that bench. Even just defensive-wise, I mean, you do have some nice defensive players, even off of the bench, guys like, Taurean Prince. But, I look at a guy like, let's say, Jaden McDaniels. I mean, this is a guy who's just kind of flying under the radar this year. This guy, what is he, still 21 years old? This was like a late first-round pick in 2020. I look at Jalen Noel. This guy was a very, very late second-round pick. He's very young as well. Last night gave him 15, 6, and 3 off of the bench in just 26 minutes. Very efficient shooting, 6 at 8. I was thinking before I make this video, I'm like, first off, I really like the addition of Patrick Beverly. I think that was a phenomenal addition. But I was thinking, what if they got a player like Aaron Gordon? Maybe not specifically Aaron Gordon, although I think Aaron Gordon actually would be the perfect missing link on this roster. The thing is, their lineup's solid. Jaden's solid. But if you were to get an upgrade, a guy like Aaron Gordon, who defensively is a stick, is going to give you 15 a night, I think we'd be having a different conversation this year about Minnesota. Granted, they're still pretty early on, considering in their rebuild stage, but this is a team that's contending right now for the playoffs. They're definitely contending. I mean, the 7th seed in the Western Conference, a pretty loaded conference, might I add. That's very impressive. So I think they're one quality starter. Maybe not even necessarily a borderline all-star, but, kind of like a borderline all-star player. I think that would really put this team over the edge. Anthony Towns, yep, that's how that goes. I guess I need a nap. Anthony Edwards is a phenomenal basketball player. Last night he only gave you 5, but, this is a player who can give you 20 on any Jeez, man, I guess we really need some caffeine or something. On any given night, Anthony Edwards can give you 20 points. And he's coming into his own, obviously, only in his 2nd year here. I mean, this is a very, very fun, very exciting player. I know the Minnesota Timberwolves players themselves, they have high praise for this guy. very high praise for it. And when you just watch the Timberwolves games and you watch them with your own two eyes, you can definitely see why. But Patrick Beverly, I think that was a great acquisition. I really think that was a great acquisition. This is a team that, especially starting the season, was pretty lacking. They were lacking some solid guard depth. And, you go out, you get a defensive-minded point guard who's, I mean, him and D'Lo fit very nicely. They fit very, very nicely. Like, Patrick Beverly, you never know. I mean, even if Patrick Beverly were to give you a stat line of like 5, 5, and 5, he probably played efficient. He probably played efficient. But then there will be nights where, he'll drop, like last night, he dropped 20 points. He dropped 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4. I think he is like kind of the perfect player to have on this Timberwolves team, just speaking of like kind of his demeanor. I mean, we know Patrick Beverly. He's a no BS, no nonsense kind of guy. He loves running his mouth. He loves chirping. He loves getting up in players' faces, and that's exactly kind of the culture it seems like Minnesota is trying to establish there. Like, hey, just because we've had not the best last couple of years, I guess, since Jimmy Butler left, that doesn't mean you should forget about us. Like, definitely don't forget about us. We'll get up all in your face. Even if we don't win the basketball game, we're not going to make it easy on you. We're going to keep our foot on the gas, and we're going to try and ram as many points as we possibly can down your throat. And Patrick Beverly, I just feel like his demeanor, just that dog mentality, that dog personality is perfect for Minnesota. It's perfectly for establishing this culture. So, I look at this team and I like kind of like they're running kind of like an 8-manner right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. And, Minnesota, I guess just like every other team in the NBA, they're not fully healthy. But this is a team that you should not sleep on. I mean, I'm looking at, like, let's say they get up to that 6 seed, right? What are they, 40-30 right now? You're not far off from that 6 seed whatsoever. There's a lot of talent there. Let's say you play Memphis. Who's to say Minnesota can't beat Memphis in a 7-game series? But even if you were to play a team like Golden State, who's getting Draymond back, who's getting Wiseman back, let's say you face a fully healthy Golden State Warriors team, I highly doubt Golden State sweeps them. Jared Vanderbilt also, an extremely low-key, underrated player who, he's only 22 years old. This guy is literally only 22 years old, and when he gets healthy, he chips in on every stat you can possibly imagine, but especially in the eye test, it's like, all right, this guy's showing glimpses, this guy's showing flashes, and he has been all season. He has been, honestly, since he got to the league. So, yeah, can they beat Golden State in a 7-game series? Probably, I guess nothing's impossible. Will they? I mean, I don't personally think so. Can they get it to like a 6-game series? 100%. Could they even get it to a 7-game series? I don't really see why not. I mean, just keep playing hard, just keep scoring the basketball, 150 points, and it's going to be hard for other teams to keep up with that night in and night out. So that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that sub button for more Timberwolves content. I post NBA videos every single day, multiple times a day. So peace. Drop some comments down below on Minnesota. How far do you guys think they're going to go this year?